Mystical Ariel here to shake the matrix, expand your mind, and make y'all think. How y'all doing? Look at this. We've just entered the end of 2024 and we're stepping into 2025. And many of us know this is a year of very interesting times. So that's why I felt it was more important to teach this than ever. I really encourage y'all to take time, go through what I've laid out here. Been teaching a lot to you guys for many years, but this we've been unraveling for a while now. But I want to help you understand this illusion that we're all living in, and to unwrap it for you a little bit. So I want you to kind of step back and imagine you're a player in this hyper realistic game. And at first everything feels, so immersive. It's the touch, the wind on your skin, the beating of your heart, the laughter or the tears of those around you even. But then something strange happens. Patterns emerge that really shouldn't happen. So you notice the shadows in the corners don't quite, behave as they should. The rules of this world, which seem immutable, start to fray. And they fray at the edges even. And then it hits you. Is this even here? I mean, is a spoon even a spoon? Or is it just because we think it is? What if we've all been living within a carefully constructed holographic simulation? Not in the sense of being puppets, but as active participants even. Ones who've forgotten the nature of their true beings, and even the nature of the game. And what if this world is the narrative so intricate, that's so persuasive, that it's convinced us that it is the ultimate reality? But ancient texts, modern science, and religious philosophies all point to the possibility wrapped in a metaphor and teachings about the veil over our eyes. Is it possible we've been all blinded all this time? I mean, if we think about this, if you wanted to confine a being with unlimited creative potential, how would you do it? I mean, think about it. You wouldn't be able to chain them with bars. I mean, those are obvious, and they could be broken instead, or they would realize they were in a prison, so then they know they could escape. But you construct an invisible cage, a narrative that makes them imprison themselves, one that they don't even recognize that they're doing it. They're walking like zombies almost. But you tell them that you are this body. Be careful. You only got one life to live. Death is the end of everything, guys. You don't want to do that and die now, do you? You need this system, the heresy, this is to sustain you. I mean, the food you gotta go buy. You're powerless without external protection. Gotta be able to lock your house behind yourselves. Even religion and science both echo this warning about it different terms. Ancient scriptures speak of the deceiver, the Maya illusion, or the diablos, literally meaning to throw apart or scatter in Greek. If you want to listen, you'll find out what we're talking about. We're talking about the simulation. Even quantum mechanics points to the illusion of nature of solid matter. At the essence, all existence is energy. It's in constant vibration. And energy, it can't be created or killed or destroyed. It can only be directed. Think about that. A universal dance of particles and the waves, that's what we are. We're energy. How have we been convinced that energy can evaporate? For instance, just tell a story for a second. Imagine I've talked about this before, but you're that drop of water, right? In that vast ocean. And somewhere along the way, we forgot that we are the ocean. And we were believing a solitary drop with some color made us totally different, to the point we built walls all around us to protect ourselves from these other drops. And you fought these battles to survive because the ocean looked like it was a threat. Instead, it was the one thing that birthed you in the first place. You were the ocean. You know, that's the prison we live in. The illusion that we are separate from each other and from the divine essence in itself, life. We believe we're separated from divine love. Religion even speaks of the veil too that hides us from the truth. And the Bible calls the world in which Satan reigns and the domain of fear and deception, and Buddhism whispers the truth through the theory of the holographic universe and the concept that time, space, and matter might be the construct of perception. So science backs it all up too. Fear is the master illusion in this entire game. I mean, let's explore the core of the simulation. It is fear. Think about the last time you were afraid. Maybe it was a near miss accident, or hearing bad news on television and what happened, and your heart raced and your mind jumped to the worst case scenario. In the moment, you were trapped, unable to think clearly or see beyond the immediate threat. Now, fear is a primal response, but the simulation, it has been weaponized here. It's used to control. It's used in religion. It's used on our news. It's used in everything around us, and yet we are also the ones who created that at the same time. The system feeds on fear. It sells fear through the media. You know, it inundated us with the images of war, disease, and scarcity. It keeps us busy chasing money to survive, so we never have space to ask why or even think about it. It convinces us we are powerless, needing external tools, weapons, and leaders to protect us. And yet, when we stop and observe, and truly observe, the walls of fear start to crumble. Why? Because fear is a construct. It's not real. It's an illusion. It's a curtain hiding the truth, and that we are creators and not victims. You know, we co-create. You know, imagine sitting down, okay, watching the sun rise. And as the first ray of light breaks through the darkness, you see the world for what it truly is. Alive, interconnected, vibrant, awakening from the simulation like that for a moment, even if as a thought experiment. Suspend disbelief and consider. What if you are not just the player, but also the designer of the game? And what if every thought, every intention, and every belief shapes the parameters of this reality? Religious mystics have described this for centuries even. Even Jesus said the kingdom of God is within you. Buddhism teaches that enlightenment reveals the true nature of existence, and science adds that our minds perceive less than 1% of the electromagnetic spectrums. Suggests that we live in a filtered version of reality, seeing only what the brain deems necessary. Imagine if you started using your entire brain. I mean, how do we break free from this assimilation? And how do we start with awareness? First of all, observe without judgment. Don't judge, just watch. Begin to notice the patterns. When fear arises, ask, where is this coming from? Often it's a story we've accepted without question. relatable story. A friend once told me, I know this friend really well actually, and they told me how they overcame this fear of public speaking. They joined Toastmasters even, but they were still afraid. And then one day they imagined the audience as just a video game, a holographic image. Because from what I remember watching the kids play video games, they realized, wait a sec, let's pretend all those people are just that. And they just energy like themselves, and the fear left. And they were good when they spoke. Really good. You know? So we need to recognize the lies. And these lies separate us. They tell us that we're powerless, limited, and separate. But every spiritual teacher, Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, has told us the opposite. We are divine beings, limitless in our potential. So reclaim your role as creator and shift from victim to co-creator. Start small, set an intention, and watch as reality adjusts to meet you. And learn to live beyond the simulation. Learn to live in the moment. And learn to live as we are interconnected creators of a shared reality. You know, even science and spirituality converge. Quantum entanglement shows us that the smallest scales particles remain connected across the vast distance, mirroring each other. And we're mirrors of each other. You know, and this aligns with the spiritual teachings about unity, the idea that we do to others as we do to ourselves. You know, meditate, pray, spend time in nature. And they all help us attune to a higher reality. They quiet the noise of the simulation, letting us hear the still small voices within. So the next time fear whispers in your ear, remember, it's part of the illusion, designed to keep you small. But you are so much more than the stories you've been told. You are the universe itself, awakening to its infinite potential. You are the prayer and the creator, stepping into the truth of your divine role. And will you let the illusion hold you, or will you rise and rewrite the game? The choice is yours, and always has been yours. What are you going to do about it? All right, I'll get to your comments. I wish you allowed chat to speak themselves about what we like. Well, I mean, there's other, you know, that's the thing. There's a lot of different channels out there, and so, to be honest, I'm on here to teach stuff, and then afterwards, give room for us to discuss things, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just a lot of times before, when we would do it the way we had the channel before, we'd totally end up on tangents and lose train of thought, and nothing ended up getting really completed or thought through or spoke completely of. And so it's just a lot better that I find to get it all out there, because these are tools for people. You know, I'm not here for the sake of entertainment. I'm here for people who are really wanting to do something to change, you know. And then, yeah, we leave room for it afterwards. And I don't know, we don't really, and we won't entertain ridiculous stuff, that's for sure. But yeah. That's correct. All is connected. That's right. Thanks, think tank. Correct. Alright, let's get up here. Hello, Sheldon. How's it going? Yo, Joseph. How's it going? Hello, Heather. Why are we the ocean? Well, it's an example. It's just like a giving examples of what we, it's like what we are, not necessarily that we're the ocean. I'm saying we're the creators of this existence. All right, well, unless you got any more comments, make sure you do one thing towards your dreams every single day. It brings you one step closer. Make sure you recognize you're valuable and you matter. You're that unique puzzle piece, part of the ultimate puzzle of the cosmos. You are the cosmos. So let's co-create a better existence together. My first time here, I'm definitely coming back to listen and great info. Thanks, man. It was great to have you. Glad you came. Glad you enjoyed it. I appreciate it. I'll tell you, this morning, I honestly, when I first woke up, I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to talk about? You guys, I'll honestly tell you, I wake up every morning. Everybody wakes up every morning, hopefully. And if they don't, well, then they figured out the system. Anyways, I get up every morning and I meditate. And I totally just like, I'm like, what do I talk about? Sometimes I'll flick through some videos, listen to a couple of things, and see if it triggers anything in me that I'll want to talk about. Most of the time, it just starts hitting me through meditation. Or like even like I'll start thinking about something someone said during the day in a conversation. I'm like, whoa, yeah, that's a good topic to hit on, And right now, I'm really been working on, obviously, you guys will see, we're talking a lot about assimilation and breaking down things. And that's because look at what we are going through. This world is shifting and we are in such an important time for us to know who we are. So important. This is I can never think of a more important time than now. But all right, much love to y'all. Peace and love. And we'll see you guys. Make sure you guys, you don't share this, but even you go out there and speak this too. Like, we are each other, man. Like, come on, we are each other. So if you got something that you're going, yeah, man, I want to talk on this topic too, go for it. Just get it out there, That's what's important right now, man. Don't matter where it's coming from. At this point, we just need it out there. We need to wake the heck up. All right? Much love. Peace. See ya.